Welcome to this week's program of the Rotary E-Club of Silicon Valley. I am pleased to be part of Rotary International, and our club is part of Rotary International, which is 1.2 million members and over 40,000 clubs worldwide. We come from a heart for service, and we really think about how we can help make the world a better place. This week's program is bringing our incoming president, Rushton Hurley, who's for the 2025-2026 year, and talking about what is in that next year, but also more than that. And we look forward to hearing today. Over to you, Rushton.
Cool. Thanks, Nick. And a thanks also to President Mike for all of the cool things done during 2024, 2025, and of course the board and all of the work that you've done, dedicating your time and energy to making this club a really cool place to spend time. Now, when we think about the programs that happen for our club, you usually think about a half-hour program. There's 10 to 12 minutes of presentation, 10 to 12 minutes Q&A, some filler around it. Today is going to be a little bit shorter, and that's fine as a way of kicking off the year. I have some thoughts for our guests and our members, and I hope that this will be interesting in both cases to both parties. So, who I am. My name is Rushton Hurley. I run a company called Next Vista for Learning that I started over 20 years ago. I'm also the Director of Innovation for Junipero Serra High School in San Mateo, California. Both of these are jobs that I love and that I do better because of my experiences with Rotary. So for you, welcome to a new Rotary year, the start of our second decade. We're the Rotary E-Club of Silicon Valley. And I want to take a look at our name. And I want to start with that word valley. We'll work our way up. A valley is a space between mountains or hills. As a definition, that's kind of incomplete, but isn't everything. In one respect, it's also a space between home and work, metaphorically. That there is something about being part of a service club where you have that chance to be between these two spaces and to develop friendships that make you better at what you do. In another respect, it is a space between our personal and professional lives that we connect with people all over the world, that their insights teach us how to help others, and we hear from speakers who serve as a resource for all sorts of professional possibilities. How we think of who we are and who we can be in serving the companies, organizations, groups, and folks, clients, customers that we do. The word silicon is a word that makes one think of tech, but that's incomplete, isn't everything. Our members include tech folks, but are also engineers, educators, chess enthusiasts, talented paella artists, game researchers, diplomats, entrepreneurs, filmmakers, podcasters, cyclists, auditors, park rangers, photographers, librarians, returned Peace Corps volunteers, caregivers, insurance experts, accountants, retirees, rewilders of cemeteries, and more. What we all believe, though, is that technology can serve the business of service and that is worth exploring. E-Club. You might think, well, that means you're online. Well, we are, but that's incomplete, isn't everything. So that makes for us connection more of a challenge. To build the friendships that one can in our club, you have to actively avoid being inconspicuous. That's easier in a LAN club, but I quite like that I am regularly in touch with wildly interesting people in almost a dozen different countries around the world. The real difference is that we are asynchronous. What we do is we gather the content of each week's meeting. That is put together on a web page. That web page is available from early Monday morning all the way to Sunday night. One goes through, finds inspiring videos, different thoughts, and a program from someone, somewhere in the world, telling us about something wildly interesting. That asynchronicity is something special for us in all sorts of ways. It means that we are allowing people who have a heart for service, but have work schedules that are just kind of crazy, or live in places that make attending a traditional club impossible, people who can be part of a service organization like Rotary, and in a very fun and cool way. With us, noon on Tuesday, midnight on Thursday, Sunday morning at 6 a.m. with a steaming cup of coffee and a purring cat in your lap, all of these work for taking in our weekly meeting. We also have the advantage via this asynchronicity of having our speakers connect with us from all over the world, like I mentioned. I am regularly inspired by the stories of innovative service that they share with us. We hope that our video and podcast recordings, these stories, are ones you will enjoy and share. And noting that we do these things via podcasts, let's also note that we're a club you can attend during your commute or exercise workout. We hope that that sense of flexibility is one that's appealing. The word Rotary is the key word in our club name, the title, everything that we're about. Rotarians everywhere know that they are capable of making a difference in the lives of others. The organization's motto is service above self. That's not just about helping others, but it's a way of bringing happiness and meaning into our lives. Just yesterday, we recorded a program for an upcoming meeting from Dr. Shige Oishi of the University of Chicago, presenting about psychological richness. And that's certainly a good way of describing what one can experience in Rotary. So the key is service, both in how we give and also how much we get out of Rotary. So guests, if you are visiting, we hope that you will want to learn more about Rotary and that you will check out rotary.org. If you want to learn more about our club, you can of course go to rotary.cool, which will get you to our pages, our week's meeting, our archives, and the well over 500 stories that we have recorded from around the world that will inspire you to think about the world in new and wonderful ways. Please visit anytime, day or night, any day of the week, and any week of the year. We hope you will see our club as a source of inspiration, and we hope we will get to know you better. Members. This is typically the time when a president would outline goals and initiatives for the coming year. A perfectly good thing to do. I do want the club to grow, right? If we have these wonderful stories and activities, share them. Tell your friends. Tell people in your family and other parts of the world that this is an available opportunity for tapping into service. I also hope that we will support the many wonderful initiatives of the Rotary Foundation. This year, be part of the stunning amount of good that the organization does. But I have one very specific request for you, and that is that you know and share the story of our club that means the most to you. That may be an inspiring presentation about AI-enabled devices in the canopies of rainforests. It may be a story about taking idle oil wells and turning them into battery for renewable energy. It could be almost anything, but it's the kind of stuff that you will find inspiring in our week's meetings. It might be a service activity. I think about the passion with which my friend Terry, our secretary, talks about the organization Sanku and the good that it does, making nutritious flour available to people in villages in the developing world, one of our many service activities. It might be that it's a friendship here in the club, and it's a friendship that were it not for our online and asynchronous club, you wouldn't have had. Whatever it is, I want you to know that story and to share it. I'd like to connect with every member of our club over the next month or two, and when we talk, I'll ask you, what's your story of our club? What's your story of Rotary? You'll also notice some changes as we experiment a bit with our meetings and communication. As an opening to the year, I'm sure I've left something out, and that makes it incomplete, but isn't everything. But I think that we can settle on a very important place, which is, let's make this a year of cool and inspiring service.